Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently needing a couple of repairs, but honestly, considering we just did an attack and defend, it wasn't that bad. Well, let's go ahead and tick forward here. We definitely learned a few things about how attack and defend works and how you can get in and out of it pretty quickly. Honestly, I kind of wish that it didn't immediately end upon destroying the base, but now that we know that it does, we can play around that. So there's all of our work orders done. Let's make sure we don't need any further repairs. No, that's all completely fine, as expected. So let's go ahead and do some pilot training here.
Wait, I'm here.
Anything to do here?
Awaiting orders.
Actually, yes. Sure. There we go. And we are, in that case, just going to deploy. So, what do we got available here? Another attack and defend would be great, but there's one. That's a target acquisition. Way down there. That's a defend base with 2 skull. It's not terrible. It's actually the best thing that's available here right now. Okay, we'll do it. And we're going to run it full salvage. Hopefully we run into heavies. That's what we need at this point. More heavies. More equipment in general would be great, but heavies are what's really needed right now. So this is a defend base mission. We know there's going to be an enemy vanguard, and then possibly as many as 2 reinforcement lances. Fingers crossed that some of that contains some heavies. That would be absolutely great if it did. If not, we'll just completely demolish it and move on to the next one. We are just wrecking things that are not heavies. I mean, we're kind of just wrecking heavies, too. In general, I feel like we're in a pretty good position here. And that's why I'm pushing so hard to move us up the weight classes, because I think we can handle it. So we need to defend a pirate stockpile. Somehow, the Davian authorities have discovered one of our storehouses. If it were just drugs or stolen goods, we'd let them seize it and write it off as a loss, but it's a weapons stockpile, and those damn things are hard to move from one system to another. We'd like you to protect our guns while our people load them onto transports and we evacuate them. I can't imagine any use for those guns in this system that isn't bad, but I suppose that's to be expected. Indeed. Let's head on in. So we know that we're going to have, looks like, some... Yep, the Federated Suns are going to attack. Oh, this is quite a big base. We have some turrets and a friendly convoy. This is a very large base. I sure hope they don't drop, like, up here with their reinforcements. If they did, how would we deal with that? We'd have to walk all the way over and come up like that. It is possible, but not preferred. I'm going to deploy exactly where it suggests. This is a good spot.
Let's earn some money.
So where's that vanguard at?
Icicles growing in all the wrong places.
These are our friends over here. A Valkyrie, a hammer, a swordsman. And those are our escort vehicles over there. They spawned up here. Well, isn't that just helpful? Okay. So we're going to immediately want to reserve. We may be saying goodbye to our bonus instantly because of their spawn location. That is quite a lot. Okay. We're going to reserve again. They're just instantly able to fire on this large military building. In fact, all of the military buildings they're just instantly able to fire on. And that's just a luck of the draw with the drop points. That'll happen. Okay, that we don't care about in the slightest. We're going to continue to reserve here. I want to continue to reserve at least past phase 13 here. However, this looks to me like there are 2 lances of Vanguard. Yeah, there's a Davian support lance and a Vanguard. And then there's going to be more that drop in later.
On you, Commander.
Okay. This guy hasn't moved yet, this tree bucket over here. Trebuchets are an interesting mech, for sure. Sometimes they have good loadouts, sometimes they have awful loadouts. We'll see what this one has. Okay, So we let this guy move, and then maybe we stop reserving. This Hornet over here, I don't really care about. Okay, that's not very frightening, realistically speaking.
Commander.
So we're going to move up over here with our long-range Centurion,
We'll go.
who's going to immediately begin engaging this Trebuchet here. Light him up, but only in X1 mode.
Affirmative.
We didn't get a lot of hits there. We didn't expect a lot of hits there. Let's see what our swordsman friend does. Fires on the Hornet, gets a whole lot of nothing out of it. I'm definitely concerned about keeping these buildings alive with them having 2 lances deploying to the back of the base like that. That is concerning.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so our close-in Centurion is going to sprint up to here, which is the closest we can get. We're going to fire our Midran on this guy in precision mode, I think, but no, that's not worth the hit odds, honestly. Why is that so low? Well, mostly it's because of no sensors. This is turn 1. So we'll just go ahead and fire on the Trebuchet there, not get anything done. That's okay. What's our ally going to do here? It's a Cyclone. It's also going to fire on that Trebuchet. Barely getting any damage in there. Very non-ideal. This building is going to be gone very shortly, so our bonus is pretty much done so. We already knew that was going to be the case. We're going to move up over here with our Chameleon.
Let's move.
And get fairly aggressive on this Trebuchet. We don't really have an option. Unfortunately, hit odds are bad round 1. Not much you can do about that.
Orders?
The Clint is going to position over, I think, here-ish. This is out of direct LOS. Like, this is broken LOS, right? But that's fine. We'll pot shot the Trebuchet. Not get a whole lot done there, but a little bit of armor reduction will be fine. We'll see what our allies do. The Hammer moves back and fires on the Trebuchet with LRMs, missing everything. Not super helpful there. The Hornet moves up. Fires on the Chameleon. Does literally nothing. We like it.
Commander?
Our Wolverine is going to close in as much as it can, which it looks like our best location is actually here.
Roger.
And we will fire on that Trebuchet. Not a lot that we're going to get done here. I'm not going to fire the MRMs.
Firing on target.
21 damage. We'll take it. Okay. So our escort vehicles are a long ways away from the turret, so they're definitely not going to get the turrets online this round. I think we may end up losing this one just due to deployment. We deployed where it was recommended. We had no way of knowing where these guys were going to deploy. 26%, 29% on the Vedette. Okay, light them up.
Roger that.
Decent armor shred there. We'll take that.
I hear ya.
The stealth is going to get as aggressive as it can. We're going to move up to here and light up that Trebuchet. I see that we did put some mines in there, and I'm not necessarily okay with that. That's our route up, and our ally put mines on our route up. That's not helpful. We do have a PPC that we can use to clear it, but that's a round that we're not killing off enemies. Okay, this we like. Fire at the vehicles all you want. Please. That's ideal for us. Okay, this guy moves around 15. We're delayed a little bit because of all of our reserving last round. But that's fine. We don't care about that. We'll work our way back up the phases.
Orders.
So at this point, this Centurion is going to move into here. We have much better AC-20 hit odds now. Light them up.
Acknowledged.
That's better. Unfortunately, I think we missed 3 of those. Kind of unfortunate there on those rolls. That sentry takes down that structure. Not much we can do about that. So there goes the bonus, as expected. We can actually only lose 2 more buildings. Also, I don't know if you noticed, the 99 damage from the laser weapon on that sentry. I noticed that. It was spooky. Okay, so our Centurion is actually probably going to remain where it's at. And we'll just fire on that trebuchet. Hopefully we don't stray shot. I'm not X2ing this.
Give them everything I've got.
We did not stray shot. That's actually an LRM ammo explosion into a kill.
One.
That was unexpected. Okay. Our friend the Valkyrie moves up, fires on the Hornet. That may have also been mines. We'll see if it was. Phase 16, who do they move? The Locust. Okay, that's not relevant. Firing on the Swordsman is also entirely irrelevant to us. So we're going to move our Wolverine, I think, over here. There's barely any mines over here, actually. Do we fire on that Vedette? No. The Phoenix Hawk is a better target, but I think the Sentry is the best target here. This thing doesn't have a lot of HP, but it does a lot of damage, and it also is prone to overheating. 77 damage from the primary binary laser there, and some additional damage from the MRMs means that that Sentry has taken some hits. There was definitely mines there. That Hornet took some damage from the mines. That was irrelevant. We don't care about that. Phase 14. The Vedette. Okay, that's fine.
Ready for orders.
So at this point, our Hunchback is... This is some awkward angling. Our Hunchback is going to move, I think, over here, because we have a rear arc on somebody. Now, we could fire on that Sentry. Or we could fire rear arc on the Hornet with roughly the same odds. Or we could fire side arc on the Vedette with much higher odds. And that's what we're going to do at this range. This is a strong side. I've actually changed my mind. We're going to fire on that Hornet. Light him up. That was a lot of damage into that Hornet.
This just in. Critical hit.
That was really nice. If that hit clustered, slightly better. We maybe should have used Listen Kill there, actually. I'm going to move the Clint to here. We don't see any mines here. There were no mines. Okay, good to know. Now, we can still fire on that Hornet. Or we can fire on the Phoenix Hawk with better odds. If we had the pulse lasers rolling on the Hornet, I would fire on the Hornet. We're going to go for the Phoenix Hawk here, though.
Got it.
Only 4 damage. That's not super shocking. This Sentry may end up shutting down. The Chameleon is going to make its way up here. Now, it is going to move through the Thunder Mines, and I'm okay with that.
Bugging out.
How much damage did that do? Yeah, not a ton. Sure. Medium lasers on the Hornet, or we can fire on the Phoenix Hawk, and that's much better hit odds.
Firing.
And we missed everything, pretty much. Just 3 damage. Oof. The Goblin moves up, fires on the Nighthawk, misses everything. Okay. And the Hammer closes in a bit, fires on the Locust, misses everything. Sure. I mean, these guys deployed in, like, the ideal tactical position, and I even noted that it would be problematic if they deployed back there beforehand. And they deployed back here, and it was problematic. So we may end up failing this mission. If we do, it's not the end of the world.
What can I do for you?
The Stealth is going to make its way on up. I would like to make its way a little further than this, but we're actually going to have to position here. It's certainly non-ideal. And we're going to fire on that Nighthawk. Again, non-ideal. We actually managed to hit with the heavy laser there on like 8% chance, so we'll take that. They have a Phase 21 mover, and it is the Phoenix Hawk. We're going to position our stealth right up here.
No sweat.
And I'd love to fire on that Phoenix Hawk, I think. And give him some chaff. Light it up.
This should be good.
Good damage to the Phoenix Hawk. Next up, the Phoenix Hawk moves. He is going to take some damage from these mines if he walks through them. He backs off and does take mine damage.
What do you need?
Wonderful. The Chameleon is going to head on up over this direction. Perhaps even here. Yes. We're going to head here.
Copy that.
Light up that sentry. We know that guy is super duper dangerous. We're on high explosive ammo here, and we're going to switch to armor piercing for our machine guns.
I'm taking the shot.
Okay, that's a structure exposure. When does this guy move? Next phase. Okay. The Nighthawk closes in, gets some landmines exploding, and does a little damage to the Chameleon. That's okay for now. Who else do they move in this round? The Hornet. We don't care about that. We do not care about that at all.
Standing by.
Okay, our close-in Centurion needs to get as up here gets
Double time.
for the close-in
Let's go.
Centurion, and I would love to fire on surprisingly good hit odds on that Nighthawk. Do it. We only hit one of those 5. Very sad. The sentry backs off. Fires on that structure. Mostly misses, and this is probably an overheat. Nope. It's not an overheat. It did not fire that 99 damage laser weapon. Okay. The Locust closes in, fires on our Chameleon, gets no damage. We like this.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. Our Wolverine is going to make its way up this way. I don't like this position because that is in the minefield, but we'll take it because that's the only location that we can fire through. Fingers crossed that we don't backstab either of these mechs with either of our lasers.
Got the drop on you, pal. Not sorry.
Well,
Reporting critical hit.
it hit the Nighthawk anyway. It could have been worse. It could have been
Yes,
worse.
Commander.
The Clint is going to sprint its way up to about here,
Understood. Moving fast.
and we're going to fire on that sentry. Not the hits I was hoping for, but it'll have to do.
Critical hit, Commander.
We did take out a double heat sink. The Swordsman fires on that Locust and does a whole lot of nothing. Okay, the Vedette will move as well as something else. I'm not sure what. Okay, that's a straight up miss. We like that. This round, our vehicles should activate the turrets as
Aye,
well,
aye.
which will work in our favor. This is our long-range Centurion here, and we don't really have solid LOS. Let's position here,
Moving to position.
and I think fire on that Hornet. If we stray shot, we should stray shot the Sentry. Fire in X2 mode.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
Fantastic. That's a dead Hornet. Don't need to
One
worry
less
about that
target.
guy anymore. And what do our allies do? The Valk fires on that Locust, and I think that's mines again. I would really wish that they didn't throw those mines out. Not very helpful. The Hammer is going to fire on the Sentry, and that's a good target. Only 4 damage, but we'll take it. That's the turrets online. Good. Okay, misses on the Sentry from the large pulse laser. But at least they were trying to take out the sentry, so that's good. The Cyclone fires on the Nighthawk, gets no damage. This is not surprising.
I'm ready.
And now for our Hunchback. Our Hunchy is going to position here.
Onward.
We're going to fire on that sentry. Are we better off with Listen Kill here? Exactly the same, so we're going to fire with Artemis.
May I interest you in melting armor?
Good damage, but no destruction of locations. Okay. Ooh, that was some solid damage on that Nighthawk from that turret. Those turrets are pretty powerful. And really focusing that Nighthawk hard.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Yeah, that was expected that there would be enemy reinforcements. We're going to move up over here, and we're going to melee this Nighthawk. Now, we are going to move through a minefield here to do this. I'm going to Vigilance us first, because this stealth will be pretty exposed here. And then we're going to move up here, and there we go. We're going to kick this Nighthawk. We have good odds. We should be able to kill the Nighthawk here. I'm going to not fire the chaff.
Moving out.
Boop. There we go. Fantastic.
Should have run when you had the chance.
Now, we heard additional contacts. Where are they? It's all us over here. Ah, they're out over here. We'll let our allies engage those guys, I think. Our Clint is going to move up over here. Actually, we should take a look at what they have out here. Any heavies? A hunter, an Ignis, a prowler. Okay. There may be another lance, but I'd actually be surprised if there's another lance out there. So we're going to focus on finishing up this out here. We're going to sprint up to here for better clearance, firing on that sentry. And this is going to overheat us. We accept this. Absolutely. Light up that sentry, do what you can. I don't want to take that 99 damage. Fingers crossed that we can salvage that weapon.
Firing on target.
We'll see. Couple of ER medium lasers.
Critical hit.
Okay.
I'm starting to cook.
A sentry has taken a lot of damage. A Valkyrie firing on that Locust, I think putting additional mines up over here.
Yes, Commander.
At this point. Our long-range Centurion is going to continue attacking out over this way. We're going to continue firing on that sentry for now.
Firing a full salvo.
Engine destruction. Fantastic. I didn't see a weapon destruction of a weapon type that I'm unfamiliar with, so we may be able to salvage that weapon. We're going to move up with our Wolverine and fire on their Phoenix Hawk with everything we've got, straight into its weak arc. Solid damage there.
Yep.
Our Chameleon is going to continue to close in over here. And we're going to use our physical weapon, I think. Or maybe we can't kick from this angle. We can, however, kick from this angle. And this is even better. Light him up. A solid hit there. That was armor-piercing ammo there. At this point, we should switch to high explosive for the Phoenix Hawk. And I probably should have done that beforehand. The Cyclone is going to fire on that Locust. We don't care. That is extremely irrelevant. They have a bunch of Phase 16 movers, including, sadly, the Phoenix Hawk. That was a far less successful backstab, if I'm honest.
That's all you got?
Apparently.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so our close-in Centurion, I might actually turn around and start heading over here. I don't think we're going to be in position to engage up there, so let's bring it on back. And the AC-20 was jammed anyway, so that's fine. The Hornet is going to move up, take some mine damage, and fire on the Thumper turret. Which we'll see who the Thumper turret decides to fire on here in a bit. That will definitely be very interesting. Okay. A little bit of damage to our Hunchy. We don't care. The R10 just moves up. Goblin doesn't have LOS. And we'll see what this hammer does. Probably an ineffectual LRM blast again. That's exactly what it does. Okay. At this point, these guys down here are going to start moving. The swordsman is going to fire on that Hornet and do a whole lot of nothing. And let's see what else these vehicles decide to do over here. The Vedette moves in, fires on the Chameleon, and gets some good hits there. That's okay, though.
Yes, Commander.
Now we can move this Hunchback, and we're going to position it here.
On my way.
We're going to go ahead and fire on that Phoenix Hawk. Solid damage. They now have 3 movers. These are all vehicles, I believe. Let's pan our way down here. It's fine. Also fine. So far, so good. I feel like the threat is pretty much over. Good damage on that Phoenix Hawk there, actually. Really good damage from that turret. Not the greatest shooting there from the other turret, but that's fine. Our stealth is, at this point, going to position... Can we get up into the rear arc of this guy? No, but we can position up here, which will do just fine. This is on the strong side, unfortunately. But probably not anymore is that on the strong side.
Yeah.
Our Chameleon is going to move up. And this is unfortunately the best location we can do. Armor piercing is, I think, going to be correct here. Yeah, I think armor piercing is the correct type of ammo for our machine guns.
Attack.
We did miss the melee. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Not the best I've ever seen, but we did expose this structure here.
Waiting for orders.
Our Clint is going to make his way on up. Technically, this is our best location. And we're going to not fire the ERPPC. I am going to fire the others. We may stray shot.
Affirm.
We did indeed. We did get a little damage into that Vedette.
Awaiting orders.
At this point, this Centurion is going to turn this direction.
Roger that.
And let's just check hit odds on that LRM 20. 6.2, 6.2, 16.5 on the Brutus, 23.8 on the Prowler. That's probably going to be our best bet. Yeah, it's going to be the Prowler. So we'll head on down and grab the Prowler.
Firing at enemies.
And launch 8 damage into it.
Receiving you.
So the Wolverine is going to move up to around here. We have a clear line of fire on the Vedette. Light it up.
Sweet.
That should be a kill.
Oh, it's on now.
That was a lot of crits, but it wasn't quite a kill. Regardless, the Vedette will die the moment it tries to move, so we'll allow that. We're going to sprint down here with the Centurion.
Double time.
The R10 is still heading up that direction, which it really probably shouldn't. The Swordsman is going to fire on the Hunter. Sure, it does 4 damage. We'll see what the enemies decide to do in round 14. The Hornet is going to fire on the Wolverine. And do a whole lot of nothing. We've got an ally that will move now, the Valkyrie. Firing on that Hunter. Probably mines there, if I had to guess. Now the enemy gets another Phase 14 mover. Firing on our Hunchy. Gets no damage. That's fine. We do not mind that one. Our ally now moves. It'll be the Cyclone. We'll see what he does. Fires on that Hunter. Okay. And the enemy moves again in Phase 14. A lot of Phase 14 movers, say. A little bit of damage to the allied swordsman.
Standing by.
Now our Hunchback will move. We're going to head on down this direction. Once again, the Prowler is probably our best bet, but let's check that. Yes, the Prowler is indeed our best bet. Decent chunks of damage there. The Goblin is going to not do much. The Vedette moves, and it does not actually die to burn damage there. I'm actually surprised.
Minimal damage on that hit.
And we'll see what our ally does. The Hammer is going to fire on the Vedette. That could easily kill it. 5 internal damage there. But it's not dead yet. The Hunter moving up through the mines. That's good. The Ignis moving up through the mines. That's good too. Man, nothing hitting that Vedette there. At least not where it matters. Brutus firing on the Goblin. That's okay. No hits on that Hunter whatsoever. That's what we needed for the Vedette. There we go. Okay, so now there's the Davian support lance up here, of course, and the Clint is going to move up to engage that. We'll position, I think, here for LOS purposes.
Affirmative.
And which of these do we have the best hit odds on? Technically, that would be the Locust. Okay, light it up. If we hit this Locust with the ERPPC, that's going to hurt it a lot. Like, a whole lot. This thing only has 80 armor total.
I copy.
We did not hit it with the ERPPC, but look at that. Just the pulse lasers exposing that structure.
What's up, boss?
The Wolverine is also going to close in, and it will have even better hit odds. This will almost certainly kill the Locust.
Taking the shot.
There we go, the Locust is down.
Target neutralized.
Yes, Commander.
This is our long-range Centurion here, and we're going to just position right around here. Check hit odds on that LRM 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 0.9. Okay, 18 it is.
Affirmative.
One hit. Fantastic.
What can I do for you?
The stealth is going to close in up here, and I don't like this angle, so we're just going to position here.
What do you need?
And the Chameleon will position here.
Understood.
And we'll fire that side arc into the Hornet. Once again, the Hornet has pretty low armor.
Confirmed.
Only the one hit, though. That'll be fine. The Hornet hasn't moved yet. The Swordsman is going to fire on that Hunter. 5 damage. Cyclone also on the Hunter. 10 damage. Now the Hornet moves. We'll see what it decides to do. Bold. Very bold. Not what I would consider good,
Yes, Commander.
by any means. Our close-in Centurion is going to sprint over this way and do what we can in closing in on these vehicles. The Valkyrie is going to continue to throw mines out over here, I guess. There's a lot of mines in this area.
I await your command.
Not terrible for area denial in this situation, I suppose. And we're basically out of Artemis 4 ammo. Well, let's fire... Actually, let's just brace on the Hunchy and sink the heat. The R-10 moving over this way. The Hunter finally exposing itself there, firing on that LRM turret. We like that. The Hammer moves up, fires on that Hunter. Gets a whole lot of nothing. And the Prowler moving over and attacking the Swordsman, only doing 4 damage. We don't mind. The Ignis moves up, almost exposes itself as well. Now the Brutus comes up, fires on that Goblin. That's okay. That's a pretty good amount of damage into that Hunter. I was hoping that that Thumper would hit the Hornet, but alas, it did not. Okay.
I hear ya.
At this point, our stealth is going to position here,
Affirmative.
and we're going to fire on this Hornet with as much as we can.
Take this.
Solid damage there. Would have preferred a kill, but that'll be
Where
fine.
that came from.
Good to go.
Next up, our close-in Centurion is going to sprint as over this way as it can,
On it.
which isn't tremendously over, but it'll
Ready
be
for
fine.
orders.
Our Wolverine is going to finish off the Hornet. This should be a kill.
Acknowledged. That hit something good.
A little much on the spread there, unfortunately. It still should have been a kill, but it wasn't. Now the Clint, we're actually thinking about sending down over here,
On the move. Full speed.
where we can start firing ERPPCs out at this Hunter. The hit odds aren't great, but they're not awful.
Locking on target.
We didn't succeed, but we're not shocked by that.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative.
Yeah?
Okay, the Chameleon is going to position here and
Got it.
finish that Hornet.
Roger.
Should have gone with the high explosive ammo, but that's okay.
That one's gone.
Fantastic. No damage to that Hunter. And
Awaiting order.
our long-range Centurion is going to step in over here,
Copy
check
that.
hit odds. 23 on the Prowler. That's probably going to be our best. Yes.
Target locked.
Okay. Some damage there. We'll take it. The Valk moves up, fires on that Hunter. Gets more damage in, and I think that was another mine deployment. I'm starting to dislike the mine deployments on the ridge. I would prefer that they didn't do that. Okay, that was some damage into that Hunter. Swordsman moves up, fires on the Hunter as well, gets a whole lot of nothing. Okay. We don't have LOS on these guys. They deployed so far away. Let's see if they engage here. I hope they do. I hope they come down into these woods. That would be best for us. Well, here they go. We'll see what they do. Firing on that LRM turret. And it did come down into the woods. They are getting aggressive. That's fantastic. We're very happy about that. Our turrets will start lighting them up now that they have LOS. Good thumper hit on that Ignis. That was a terrible shot. Okay. Now we should be able to, in theory, start doing some things. We're going to position our Clint here. And we're going to fire our ERPPC on this Hunter.
Confirmed.
Good hit.
Got something you want done?
Our Wolverine is going to kind of follow suit down here.
Affirmative.
We're still out of range.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Our stealth is wildly out of range,
Pedal to the metal.
Yep.
as is our Chameleon. We'll just move on down. Yeah, we're blowing up a couple of landmines, but it's not a big deal.
Aye, aye.
Our AC-20 Midran, or actually this is our long-range Centurion.
Hauling
We're going to
ass.
move up to over here, and 21, 14, 14, 18. Okay, Prowler it is.
Target.
Another decent smattering of damage there.
What's up, boss?
Our Midran Centurion can now close in here. We can hit either of these. We are going to go for the Ignis here, because it's more heavily armored.
Locking on target.
Good damage.
I'm black on AC-20 ammo.
You've got additional AC-20 ammo. Just throwing that out there. More mines over here means more problems for us as we attempt to close in, but that's okay.
Receiving you.
It's not the worst thing.
Moving to position.
I'm going to fire the listen kills at whoever we have the best hit odds on, honestly. 32% on the Prowler. Okay. Decent damage there. The hammer is going to fire on that hunter and do a whole lot of nothing. We'll see what the turrets do here. Some damage to our Centurion, that's okay. Come on, turrets. Burn damage and landmines there. That goblin doing a whole lot of nothing. Okay, we don't care about that. That's irrelevant as well. The swordsman closes in, fires on the Brutus there. I don't like that choice. I think he should have gone for one of these two with direct fire weapons. At this point, we should be into turrets, so. Or very soon. Now, the Brutus will move now. It's got those heavy PPCs. Okay. What did he hit there? It was the swordsman. The Ignis moves up, goes for the swordsman as well. Decent damage into the Brutus side arc there. A whole lot of nothing from the Thumpers, sadly. So the stealth is going to close in as much as it can over this way.
What do you need?
The Chameleon is going to do the same.
Got it. No shooting, just running.
Orders.
The Wolverine is going to position here where it can finally bring its binary laser to bear. We're going to do as much damage as possible. It's going to be on the Brutus.
Target locked. It's
That's a
go
good
time.
chunk of damage there. We'll take that. The Valkyrie moves up, fires on that hunter. More mine deployments there, I think.
Yes,
Okay.
Commander.
Our Clint is going to step forward ever so slightly to here,
Order received.
and we can only fire on the hunter.
Aye, aye.
That's a miss. Okay, that's
Standing
fine.
by.
This is, of course, our long-range Centurion here.
Affirmative.
We are going to fire on that Brutus.
Copy that.
Fantastic. The Brutus is down.
Reporting vehicle destroyed. Commander.
Our close-in Centurion is going to close in and hit that
Aye, aye.
Ignis, the only target it can.
Target confirmed.
And that's dead. So now only the Hunter remains. The Swordsman is going to fire on the Hunter and do 4 damage. Sure.
Commander?
Our Hunchback is going to... Oh yeah, there's 2 over here. There's the Hunter and the Prowler. Let's see here. 29.2 and 21.2. Okay, fire on that Prowler.
Taking the shot.
Okay, some more armor shred there.
I'm out of LRMs.
Oh, I'm aware. The Cyclone is going to fire on the Hunter and do a whole lot of nothing. Okay. So what are the turrets going to do here is the question. Because those LRMs are doing nothing. Nothing at all. Well, the enemy gets to move first, and then the turrets. The Hunter actually ejected from burn and landmine damage. Excellent.
Light damage, Commander.
Okay, turrets, it's on you. That's the sensor lock, followed by some missiles, and nothing else.
Commander.
Okay. Well, the Clint is just going to move as in as it can, not like it can move in far enough to be useful. Same with the Chameleon,
Copy that.
I hear
and the Stealth, similarly.
you. Got it. Max
All
speed,
4 of
no
these mechs
shooting.
back here can't really do anything. We'll see what our allies do. The Valkyrie is going to fire on the Prowler. It does get 1 damage out.
Waiting for orders.
This is our Wolverine, who is similarly not able to
that.
do anything.
Commander?
This is our long-range Centurion, who I'm actually just going to turn and fire some LRMs.
Firing on target.
More armor shred there, we'll take it. Only 8 damage there, sadly. Now, I'm hoping that we can get this guy, yes, into this exact position. Sadly, our AC-20 Midran is currently jammed.
Target locked. 6.
That is very sad. And this Prowler has managed to use almost all of its armor without an armor breach, but there's an armor breach in that front arc.
I live
And
to see.
that is what we're going to attempt to exploit with our Hunchback. We don't have much left for ammo on this thing. We've got some Deadfire ammo, but you can't fire Deadfire ammo without LOS. So this is what we've got. Okay,
I think I hit something good.
that's something anyway.
I'm out of long range.
We'll see what the
missiles.
turrets decide to do. And the Swordsman is also going to fire into that side arc, and that's a pilot ejection. We'll call it good.
Mission
Okay.
successful.
That was a bit of a long one, mostly because we deployed in a really awkward spot. Like, incredibly awkward. We did manage to pull it off. We lost one building, so no bonus for us, but we did manage to take out all 3 enemy lances. So, I mean, that is a small pay increase anyway. Now, the real question is, we have access to the heavy APC, and we have access to this guy, the variable speed pulse laser. That thing is insane. We're absolutely taking that. Do we care about any of these parts? I mean, there's the Brutus parts, but I don't think we care about that. Okay, let's see what else there is here. There's some mag shots. Those aren't bad. We can take, like, 2 of those and then a ton of mag shot ammo, perhaps, if there's nothing else. Nothing tremendous. A lot of this is stuff that I'd be willing to roulette. Let's just guarantee the mag shot ammo. That's actually 2 mag shot ammo, so that works. So, we got some cockpit basics, we don't care about those. Jump jets, we got a double heat sink, that's okay. A lot of this is pretty irrelevant to us, though. Okay, sounds good. Now, we didn't really take all that much damage, either. But that variable speed pulse laser, ooh, that's good. It's real good. What do we want to mount that on? It's 9 tons, and it's a lot of heat. So that's something we need to consider. Well, Yang, how much is it going to cost to repair? Let's see here. Okay, that's a pittance. Go ahead and do that. Now, I do want to hop into the mech bay here and just check. This Wolverine might be a good option for that variable pulse laser. It doesn't really get in close. You know what? Let's go ahead and stop this. And let's see about that. It's got the energy accuracy FCS. Now, it's the one with the binary laser. I think that we replace the binary laser with the variable pulse laser, like that. Something along those lines. Now, that thing's going to run pretty hot. Pretty hot indeed. Maybe I changed my mind here. Maybe we don't put it in the Wolverine. Maybe we put it... in our long-range Centurion. This is our long-range Centurion here. And actually, we do need to max out the armor on this Wolverine, so let's go do that quick. Max that out. Absolutely max it out. This is not as maxed out as I would like to see it. Okay, let's get that fully maxed. Technically, that's slightly overweight, so we'll do that. Okay, there we go. So we'll get that Wolverine going again. And does this thing even have a laser hardpoint? It doesn't. What am I even doing? Max out that armor, and yeah, that's all good to go. We could, however, maybe put it in our close-in Centurion. Let's check that out in terms of options. That would be a devastating mech in the mid-range. We could theoretically upgrade this. Unfortunately, we don't have a double heatsink kit. Yeah. Like, we would drop the small heavy lasers, right? And then we would look to figure out a way to put this guy... Oh, 3 slots? Not an option, then. Okay. We'll revert this back. Max out that armor. Probably would have been faster to do it manually. And I think we'll have to wait to put that variable speed pulse laser on until we have something with better heat sinks available. I think that's going to be a requirement. It is unfortunate. However, it's well past time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue fishing for heavies. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.